Happy fall cake making, everybody. I'm so excited. It's finally raining outside and I get some of the cold weather that I love. So I've decided to show you how to make this autumn cake. And the exciting thing is that I made it with a bunch of things I found at Trader Joe's and a painting technique that's a little different than what I've done in my last videos, using some supplies that might be a little unexpected to paint on a cake. Not sure. Anyway, it was super fun and easy. All right, so just subscribe to my channel for all of the future tutorials that I'll be posting. You'll get a lot of painting tips and figurine making tips and just a lot of fun videos to come. So, all right, I'm gonna show you how to make this and how easy it was. Happy fall! So today we are using a variety of materials. We have our petal dust here in some autumn colors, different size paint brushes, not sure which ones are going to work best yet, some water for cleaning our brushes, a paint palette, and we're also going to use some canola oil to liquefy our petal dust. So you don't need very much canola oil. It's got some deep red, some sunflower yellow, dark brown, forest green, and I'm going to use a little pearl luster dust actually. It helps make the colors a little bit more opaque and also gives a little luster, which is nice against the dark brown. So here I'm just freehanding the outline of a maple leaf. If you're not comfortable doing that, you can always print out a picture of a maple leaf or any leaf you want from the internet, cut it out, and trace around it on your cake. So I'm using a wide brush to get big strokes, but as you'll notice as the painting goes on, the strokes will sort of melt together because of the viscosity of the oil, and you'll see that the strokes will disappear. There's more powder than oil. You want the color to be somewhat opaque, but there will be some transparency to it. You just don't want too much oil that it's runny and the color is not showing through. You'll probably have to play around with the ratios a little bit until you get it just to where you like it. So now just layering the red on top of the yellow, you can see that it's starting to blend together nicely. And I do like that the oil kind of creates a sheen. It looks really nice against the flat fondant, I think. And because I'm painting with oil, you can just keep going over it and working back into it, which is also a benefit of painting with the oil instead of the gel color and the vodka or water like I usually do. It's hard to keep working over and over it again. It tends to get a little sticky and gummy, and oftentimes it will lift the color back up. But with this, I was just able to keep layering on top. And just like in my other painting videos, I still prefer using a little bit of a wider brush than a skinny brush. I just think the color ends up going on a little smoother. But the brushes I use do come to a point at the end, which makes it possible to get into the smaller parts of the leaf. Now I just grab a skewer and I'm going to put all the veining in on the leaf. With maple leaves, the main veins all run from a center point at the bottom of the leaf. And this really turned out nice because there was a little bit of dimension to the paint and the oil. And so when I dragged the skewer through it, it created this nice effect to where there was some thickness to the veining, and you could really see it. It was really pronounced and had a nice texture at the end. Now I just want to add a little bit of a mottled finish to the fondant itself and darken it up a bit so that the leaves pop out a little bit more. So with this, I am just using the petal dust mixed with a little water or vodka. I chose vodka just because it dries faster, and I needed it dry so I could apply all the decorations, but you could use water. So I wanted there to be an inconsistent lightness and darkness to the background. So I'm going in first with some more saturated color and then dipping my brush back just into the vodka so that I can have some areas that are not as saturated with the petal dust. And just working back and forth, sort of swirling my brush around to get a textured finish. No need to be perfect here. It's just really loose paint strokes. Now I've got mostly the pearl color on my brush, and I'm going to paint the stems. And I'm using the skewer to create some branches where I want the berries to be. I like the contrast of the more solid colored leaves against the more line work of the branches and the berries. Creates more visual interest if you can have different shapes incorporated into your artwork. I'm just mixing up a mid-tone for the berries. Loosely drawing and painting them in. Now I'm going in with more of the dark orange to create a shadow at the bottom. Give them a little bit more of a berry color. This part I am doing with the oil. And now for a little highlight, I added more of the pearl luster. And I'm just adding a little highlight on each berry. Yeah, so this part was a little scary because it was really sort of freehand, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. You can always plan your drawing out on a piece of paper if you're feeling a little insecure about just going for it. But I just like to play, so. All right, now for the decorations. I got some cranberries from Trader Joe's, and I'm just stringing it on some floral wire. This is 18 gauge floral wire. And some dried persimmons. These are really cool looking. You could probably just use them as is, but I decided to make some leaves out of them. Just cut away with your kitchen shears. This is 24 gauge floral wire. I'm just going to cut into sections and feed into the persimmons. They're the perfect thickness for this, and they stick onto the wire really easily. Now I'm just going to paint them a little bit. For painting these, I am using the vodka and the petal dust, just because I have to handle them and I don't want to smear the oil. After this, I'm not even cleaning my brush in between. I like just having a mixture of the colors. With the floral tape, you have to pull it apart and then stretch it to activate the stickiness. Now I dip my fingers in the petal dust, that way when I twirl the floral tape around the wire, it colors it for me and I don't have to go back with my brush and color it. So it's a time saver, although makes your fingers pretty messy. And I know they have the green floral tape, but I like the Painterly quality to this technique better. Now I'm just attaching the leaves together with the same technique. All right, now time to dress the cake. I included some candied oranges that I also got from Trader Joe's. I'm just wetting the surface to make it sticky, just with a little water. Adding on some more cranberries. And here you have it. An autumn cake decorated with all the things I found at Trader Joe's. And some hand painting. I hope you try it and have a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.